Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great Sunday. And thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Today on the channel, guys, as promised, we're going to be reviewing and unboxing the VULTAX Mattel Creations exclusive Origins figure of the evil flying zookeeper. We'll take a look at the figure in the packaging, okay? We'll look at the mailer box he comes with, the beautiful artwork as well from the back here with this exclusive figure. We'll, of course, do a comparison of this VULTAX to its Classics variant. Yes, there was a Classic version of VULTAX. All right, and have some fun. Now, of course, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, I hope you will subscribe afterwards. I hope you'll hit that like button, and thank you so much for doing that. Hit that notification bell when I upload new videos, and please share this video. Who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at VULTAX. All right, so here is the packaging right here. Now, a couple of things about the packaging. What I love, and I kind of wish that they would change up. All right, the one thing I love about the packaging and the overall is that the fact that they get shipped out very, very quickly, and I love the fact also it's a collector-friendly packaging. All right, that's too amazing, for us collectors, getting these figures, quickly in our hands so we can enjoy them. In box and out of box if you wish. So I love that, and I love the collector friendly vibe that this packaging does. The one thing I wish they could change and and do it differently is the way they it's the comic book. I wish there was a proper way or a better way to secure the comic in the back of the packaging, because most of the times with these collector friendly packaging, once you remove it from the mailer box, which is right here, all right, real quick, here's the mailer box right here. And I remember the days when the mailer box, remember this, when the exclusive figures had that beautiful artwork on the mailer box, that's shown in the back of the packaging. I miss those days, and I wish Mattel would find the way to bring those back, that beautiful artwork from the mailer box, all right? But here's the mailer box, nothing crazy right here, all right? Now on to the packaging, all right? And we will get to the figure real fast, is that every time I get the figure out of the packaging, the comic is basically hanging out of the back or the bottom of the card, the blister back right here, and sometimes it's damaged, and sometimes you fight to try to keep it center, and this I just wish there was a better way to secure the comic with our set here, with our figures here for these exclusive figures. And I always irks me that I try my best to center the comic with VULTAX or for any character from Mattel Creations. So basically, I wish Mattel could find a way to secure the comic more properly in the back of these figures, like a little slot, or in the back right of the box here, that you can fit the comic center. For us collectors. That's all. Right. Now on to the figure itself, but it isn't deterred from the figure. The figure looks amazing. All right. So real fast, guys. Okay. So of course you have the She-Ra 40th anniversary sticker. You got Hordak. You got the He-Man, the Master of the Universe right there. Which I really wish that they would have the She-Ra logo and the Princess of Power logo, and not He-Man. This is more of the Prince. I get more of the Princess of Power vibe. And not He-Man. All right. All right, so Hordak, He-Man, you got VULTAX right here, the evil flying zookeeper. You got that beautiful shot, of course, the horde bats flying over Grayskull. Looks like Eternia is being attacked, right? And Grayskull is being under attack right here. And here's VULTAX right here. Looks amazing. All right. This little robot here is called a Zootron, armed robot that keeps the creatures from Etheria, all right, in place from the zoo, right there. Got the cartoon collection, right there. And VULTAX looks absolutely beautiful. It looks like it came right out of the Filmation She-Ra cartoon, right there. Let's turn it around. All right, some absolutely gorgeous artwork right here, as always. I mean, you cannot never doubt the beautiful artwork here. And I did, for context, I did watch this episode on YouTube just to clarify what was going on. VULTAX, a member of the Horde, captured Cal and imprisons him in this episode. Of course, She-Ra and Bo has to go and rescue him. Cal, of course, VULTAX is a member of the Horde that Hordak is put in charge to capture all the rare creatures from Etheria, and Cal being one of them. One of those rare creatures gets captured along with, I guess, a female version of Cal called Cowletta. all right, maybe a future mate or girlfriend or just a female friend, all right, for Cal, all right. Of course, She-Ra and Bo rescues, Cal from, and the other creatures from Etheria, from VULTAX. And another thing about this episode is for half the episode, you don't really see VULTAX. You see his shadowy form flying down and capturing certain creatures, including Cal. It's like halfway through the episode, we actually see VULTAX, all right, from this episode. But it's still a fun episode to watch, and of course, I'm on the hunt to find that She-Ra full collection, like, from Filmation. And once I do find it, I'm going to watch more episodes, the entire series, because I don't know for sure if VULTAX was in any other episodes. When I think of VULTAX, I think of Koldar as being one of those one-off characters from this Filmation with He-Man, now VULTAX for She-Ra. So I'm very interested in seeing if VULTAX was part of any episode. All right. Now, without further ado, let's talk about. Let's go ahead and unbox them. Oh, sorry for the shaky cam, guys. All right. So give me a second here, guys. All right. All right. All right. First things first. Let's take a look at the comic right here. There's a here called Shadowed Heart right there. Now, I was reading it, I was looking over it, skimming through it, okay? And this comic here, VULTAX, was a normal Etherian who wished to fly. And, of course, he steals a Horde ship, gets shot down. And, of course, Hordak, in this comic, mutilates him and transforms him into this creature here. Also, I noticed some similarities with the Zoo story cartoon and this comic. As you can see right here, you can see Cal and Caletta here being captured from VULTAX here. So they kind of, take, some similarities from the episode to the comic here. But beautiful illustrations here, right there. They got Bo. I can't wait to get Bo in Origins line. All right. This structure here, see, I would love to see, I can't, the structure here, what's this? I really wish the Crystal Palace, I think this was, yeah, the Crystal Palace. See, I think that would be a proper, for the She-Ra line and the packaging. I would love to see the She-Ra Princess Power logo and the Crystal Palace in the backdrop with Hordak to, to make the differences between She-Ra and He-Man. But I would think that would be a kind of nice touch right there. It's just the same, all right? But beautiful comic right here, all right? So next thing I want to show you is his armed guard here, or the Zootron figure right there. There he is. All right. You got a handle here that you can hold in the hand right there. Unfortunately, no articulation with this Voltron or the Zootron character here. All right. Looks like just like a mug of beer in a way you can just drink, but the arms are not articulated, which is kind of a downside. I really wish that you can at least rotate the arms around, at least bend them. It's a very stiff plastic, and you cannot do any type of adjustments with the tentacles here for the Zootron character here, or evil robot guard for the zoo here. All right. Now on to VULTAX himself. Here he is, right there. Finally, after almost 10 minutes, we finally got him out of packaging. But here he is, right here. Beautiful, absolutely incredible. All right. It looks like, once again, Mattel does an amazing job with the Filmation line, bringing these Filmation figures to life, in hand. He looks great. He looks amazing. Right out of the Filmation cartoon. You got the beautiful face sculpt here. I love the eyes. I love this purple lavender look to him. He looks gorgeous. All right. The wings right there. And I did bring that April O'Neil. He's sharing that same similarities with April here. I'm see if I can get him standing up here. Right there. I did bring that April O'Neil from the Turtles of Grayskull line here. Shares similarities with April here. And the beauty part of these wings here, that you can unplug them out. If you wish to give him these wings, for him, you can do that, and vice versa. So I like that. So they do share the same wingspan. I love it. I love these beautiful wings right here. They look beautiful. Got great detail right there. Right there, you got the Horde symbol here. Now, speaking of the Horde symbol here, which is very interesting. Now, it's right out of the Filmation cartoon. They did an amazing job, bringing that to life. But it's very different from the Horde symbols we've gotten so far from the other members of the Horde. All right, and I brought Hordak to show you the differences right there. So the Hordak and the other members of the Horde that we've gotten so far, you can see, with this version of Hordak, you get a more of a 3D vibe. It's, you can actually feel the Horde symbol on the chest of, for the most part, the Horde members here. But with VULTAX here, it's part of the chest of him. It's not a 3D rendering of the Horde symbol. And as you can see, the black eyes right there on the mouth or the head of the Horde symbol here, where Hordak does not have that. All right, so I want to point that out. All right, but of course he shares the same Filmation type body. We have the detail, the more muscular detail on the legs, the beautiful face sculpt here. I'm going to get him back on the turntable here, if I can. All right. Turn on the turntable here so you guys can see him. All right. Also, the collar right here, the blue collar and the blue collar on wrist gauntlets or bands are removable. You can remove them from the body if you wish. All right. But very cool, very cool. And like I said, I'm getting that Cold Hard vibe when I look at VULTAX here. A one-off character, but I guess a very popular character in the She-Ra universe. Like now, I will admit, I've not seen every episode of She-Ra from the Filmation cartoon. And I will admit, for the most part, when I did watch an episode of She-Ra, I did watch it with He-Man. When He-Man crossed over with She-Ra, I definitely watched all episodes of that. But her, as by herself, I never really watched a lot of those episodes, so I do not know for sure if VULTAX here was a one-off character. But I do know, all right, is that he did come in classics right here. I'm gonna show you the classics version right here, thanks to Pixel Dan and Dark Horse Comics right here, and also sorry for the shaky cam, guys. All right, so here's VULTAX right here. And you can see he came out in 2016, and you can see that he had a more grayish tone to him. Also, you can see he came with his own variant of the crossbow, and it looks like a bird, like a vulture bird crossbow, and a whip right here. So maybe, this is based off another episode that he was a part of from She-Ra right here. Gray version here, but there he is from front to back, side and side to side. All right. So there he is, right there. I just want to mention that he did get a classics variant. All right. But I'm kind of curious why. Well, it's always strange. It's always strange to me. Well, where the retail line, differs from the actual cartoon line. Because as you can see, VULTAX had a more grayish tone to him, where clearly in the Filmation cartoon, where, Origins has successfully, done for us, giving him a more proper look to him and the skin tone with that purple, version, that very beautiful, like lavender looking vibe to him. So it's kind of, interesting why they would change that up. Why do that? Make him, I don't know. Why can't they just make the character similar from what we see in the cartoon? But we got him here, all right, and it doesn't make a difference. I mean, it doesn't really in the long line, it doesn't really make a difference as long as the character is amazing, which he looks great in classics, and the fact that couple years later we did get him finally and the proper look to him, so it doesn't change the character itself. All right. Unfortunately, no crossbow with this version of VULTAX here, or leash or whip, which would have been kind of nice to have, but this is based off that cartoon, that episode right here. And of course, in that episode, he did not have any type of weapons. The only weapons he had at his disposal is this Zutron figure here, which we talked about earlier in the review. All right. So let's take a look at the articulations right here. All right. All right, so here we go. There he is. All right. And of course the wings, you can pop, the wings can come off right there. And they're separate from the figure once you take them out of packaging. So if you want to, like just a normal version of here, as you can see, pop the head off. See, I don't get this. I mean, I guess you take that off if you want it like more like, and this also I believe can be removed too. So, but you can put the blue like neck, feathers, I guess, right there, and for fun, because it's awful articulated. You can pop the arms off right here, the waist right there. All right, looking good. But for fun, let's go ahead and try and see if it works or not, because you never know. I am going to, okay. See here, let's check. I'm trying to put the wings of April O'Neil on VULTAX here, if I can. Let's see what that looks like. I don't know if it's going to work or not. All right. All right, so there you go. So if you wish, that looks pretty cool. I don't know. That looks really good. I don't know. It looks, because one thing about the wings, and I know they're following the Filmation cartoon, and properly, but with April's wings here, you see, I love the orange and white. The contrast is beautiful. With VULTAX here, I wish they did something similar, like April's wings here. I wish there was some white on the bottom of the wings here, all right, to give it more contrast, make it stand out more. But don't get me wrong, these wings are beautiful right here. They're beautiful, they're vibrant, but the white, I think, would have made it a little bit better to me right here. And for fun, too, let's try VULTAX wings on April. Okay. So there's the VULTAX wings with April O'Neil. Right there. Okay. So there you go. I mean, like, it's all about, the beauty of Origins. It's plug and play. But I gotta say, I do like these wings on VULTAX here. The orange, and it works, at least for me, I like the white and orange on VULTAX here. But, the beauty of this line is that you can put everything back to normal. At least I hope. All right. Get the wings off him real fast. Plug in right in the back, like that. All right. Go ahead and put his robot buddy in hand, and also like similar. He got these. The handle for his Zootron figure here. All right, and it's very similar to a Hordak's time stop figure here, or item of choice with Hordak here. All right. But an amazing character, a fun episode to watch. It's on YouTube if you wish to watch it. And like I said, I don't know if he was a one-off character or he returned for any episodes. I got to track down a She-Ra, full episode. Oops, that's okay. Series, to add to my collection. Get him standing up here. I think this Zootron character here is kind of off. I got him right there. All right. He's a little heavy. He's like falling over, but a fun character. But there you go, guys. There's a look at VULTAX here. Like I said, once again, Filmation and the cartoon collection. Mattel has absolutely nailed the figure here perfectly from Filmation, right out of the Filmation cartoon. The detail of VULTAX and every character so far we've gotten in this cartoon collection is absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward for more figures from this line, from She-Ra line, and He-Man as well. All right. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and feelings about old VULTAX here. All right, guys, I'd like to take the time out, of course, to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. It's been a lot of fun doing this unboxing with you guys. All right, and everybody, all right? Of course, don't forget to hit that notification bell. We'll upload new videos. And tomorrow, unless something changes, I do have some figures coming very soon to the channel. Orko, I got the Super Shredder, figure coming as well. And of course, the next wave of Masterverse figures from King Randar to Roboto and Beastman on their way to do full unboxings. But if nothing shows, of course, we'll do that final figure from the Superstars line for Muhammad Ali to do a full review on him. So so join me for that. All right. So I hope everybody has a great Sunday, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Take care and have a good one, everybody.